Welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival. This is episode 6 in my workshop series where I review other people's creations as well as creations of my own. Now, technically I haven't actually done anyone else's at the minute. All I've been doing is mine, but I promise if there's a ship that you want me to have a look at, or I do have like 2 ships I'm going to review at some point for this series. But I did do a teaser, I think about a day or 2 ago, about a ship that I was working on, another fighter, because you know we did quite a few on the Mako, and I kind of needed a new airframe for a fighter, so I've created a new one and I call it the Manta Ray. And the Manta Ray was teased in the little teaser video. It's a much larger fighter. Let's just put God mode on so you can actually see it. So as you can see, it's compared to the Mako over here, Jesus, is a hell of a lot bigger. The body is just enormous on it. Most of that body work is hollow. I have put some kind of padding on the inside, but it's incredibly modular on the inside. So essentially I wanted to build a multi-rolled fighter. That was sort of the idea. I needed an airframe that I thought could house multiple mission specific payloads, and this is sort of what I came out with. Now it is a slight redesign on another ship that I did, which was inspired from the game Homeworld 2. If you've ever played that, you might recognise the kind of layout a bit of the Hagaran Interceptor. Yep, that was my inspiration for the original airframe. Now I have modified it considerably. I mean, I've added quite a few little bits on it to kind of tailor it for what I need it to do. But I'm very, very happy with it so far. It handles really well. I have slightly tailored or diminished slightly the torque on it slightly, because I've had to include some internal reworks, so that's affected its handling just a little bit, not too much. We've actually dropped it by about 1 degree, I believe. So yeah, the yaw and pitch has been dropped by about 1 degree, and the roll was dropped from 72, quite a lot actually. Oh no, that's not on. Let's switch it on. Yeah. Okay, so let's just do that again. That's interesting. That should be. Okay, those are the stats apparently. Hang on, let's just get off the ground. Okay, so yeah, it's 67, 44, 44. I swear it was more than that. But either way, it handles really well for its size. As you can tell, the engines have been placed around in logical places. So the main body of the ship has quite a few medium engines. I've included no small engines on this. The smallest engine is a medium engine, and the largest engine is the rear engine. Like usual with the Mako over here, I've only gone for 2 jets, 2 medium jets to provide the forward momentum. So that is your primary drive system just there. I've got a load of medium engines underneath. Right, is that a medium engine? I think I might have lied there. I think that might be a small engine. It's just I'm pretty certain that's. Let's take that. Oh no, shields are off. Yeah, that's sorry. I did lie. Sorry, it's 2 small thrusters, top and bottom on the wing just there. That is just to help with the rotation. So the rest are medium engines. In fact, it's a few large engines. So that one just there is a large engine. No, that's a medium. I'm going to tell the truth at some point. That's a medium. Pretty certain I put some large engines in there. Oh, large engine. No, that's a medium engine. Come on. Stop making me a liar. There are some large engine. Here we go. Here's a large engine. Yeah, so it's a large engine just there. Large engine just there. They're kind of incorporated into the ship. There's another large engine over here somewhere, I think. So yeah, the shield generator's been plonked in the wing segment. I split the generators and fuel tanks into both the wings, so you've got a nice distribution of fuel, O2, generation of power. You've got the warp drive in the middle, so under this segment here, that's where the warp drive is. Let's just get that out of the way again. There is technically a cargo hatch on top to access an internal bay. Now this internal bay is completely modular. Now I've sealed this wall just here just to give an extra seating position. Yes, I've managed to get a little ad hoc seating area inside of the cargo bay. So this is just if you need to, you can jump in there. Let's just get inside, close the bay, get into the chair. There you go. So we're actually in an airtight compartment just there. So we've got a ventilator as well. So that works quite nicely. You can actually move around. Come out of there. You've got a fridge. You've got a radar. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Got a fairly good sized cargo bay on it. Because we've also got another passenger seat just here. Now this one was meant to be the what I would call the primary passenger or the co-pilot seat, because underneath, one of the new things we've done is we've added a chain gun, a turreted chain gun. So this fighter actually has position for a secondary gunner. So the gunner can go into this seat. Let's just make sure everything's... Let's have a look. Turret 1. Let's jump on there. Activate. There we go. So we can actually have a gunner on our ship which can fire down. Yeah, brilliant. So let's just reload that gun. Just give it a whirl. Now you've got the option of taking a friend along for the party, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. So it gives you that reassurance that people inside your SV can actually do some good. This second seat here is just transport, so if you want a friend to jump in there and then come along with you, they can jump in this tiny little airtight compartment here. Just an extra feature. Let's just shut that door. Yeah, it is logic driven by the internal switches. Yeah, we've got a fair few engines. So if we have a look at the engine configuration, we've got directional engines in pretty much every axis. We've got only 8 RCSs. We've got 8 left and right engines, 10 up and down engines, 2 rear engines, 6 forward engines for deacceleration. As you can see, the yaw pitch is pretty decent, rolls pretty decent as well. It's only a level 12 ship as well. It comes with shields, warp drive, it has a load of O2 tanks, it has a load of fuel tanks. This has quite a lot of fuel tanks compared to the Mako. What else has it got? So we've got 2 rocket launchers, 2 miniguns, so if we GATs. So if you have a look here, we've got 2 GATs, one on either side of the main body on the wings, and we've got 2 rocket launchers at the front as well as some medium maneuvering jets and lights. Now I've done something interesting with the lights just here. I've got lights either side of these pylons coming from the bridge, or the cockpit I should say. The idea being that as you're coming down to land, you can actually see what you're about to step out onto. So coming down to land, the ground's not like dark or anything, you'll be able to see. So you can jump out and immediately go, oh yeah, there's a critter there, jump back in the cockpit. You know, that happens to me quite a lot. Jump out of your cockpit and realise you've just landed in the middle of a swarm of spiders or something because you didn't see them. Yeah, got a little logic thing here. So this is supposed to be like a ladder to help you jump up onto the pylon to get into the cockpit. We've also got dual O2 stations either side of the passenger area, as well as this cargo area here. We've also either side of the main cockpit got 2 independent armor lockers, so this kind of helps with that co-pilot thing again. What else is there? Internally it's an absolute mess. I'm not going to lie, it is a work in progress. You can see there under the main hull I padded it out with a load of metal struts. This is the warp drive area. We've also got the 2 main engines at the back. We've got the warp tank at the back, so that's technically beyond those blocks just there. We've also got some more generators. These are just small generators under these grills just there. What else is that? Yeah, so there's plenty of room in the wings. I've not filled them in simply to keep the CPU limit down, because we are really high on CPU for tier 3. Yeah, we're really close. I've popped over that a few times. I tried to expand the cargo bay just a tad, and that pushed it over. Oh, and we do have an internal ammo bay as well. Let's just show you that. So the ammo bay is cargo extenders as well, so that's decent. That's over 1,000. Yeah, don't expect too much. I mean, it is a bit of a squeeze. If I put another cargo extender in there, I can promise you it's going to go over the CPU limit. So, you know, I'm trying to keep it pretty low. I don't want to switch over to using something like the... do you have them anymore? No, I don't think you do. The ammo boxes. No, don't have the ammo boxes. So you've got to use the cargo extenders to increase your bay. In terms of the underside, yeah, let's just cover the underside. I've done a bit of decoration. We've got 3 main landing gear, a couple of bits of detailing, so it's nothing to write home about. But yeah, let's just take it out for a flight. I know you've seen that from the teaser video, but you know, let's just fill her up to the brim with fuel. Pretty much there already, but I did charge the shields before starting the video, so that would have taken quite a bit of the juice out. So in terms of the fuel, it's got 3 hours 45. Let's just call it 3 hours 45 on hover with everything active off the ground. So immediately, let's do that. Put it to the max. Just check her out. So nearly 4 hours in flight. Okay, let's actually get them up in the air. In terms of flying it about, yeah, you can fling this around pretty well. I may do some work actually to improve the handling of this, because it was slightly better before. I mean, I got it up to 72 on the roll and about 45 on the axes, on the other 2 axes. I was really happy with that, because you could really throw it into turns and roll it over. I mean, that feels a bit sluggish with that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a look at that, see if I can squeeze in another RCS or something, just kind of improve that slightly. As I said, this is a work in progress at the minute. Let's just have a look at the map. Where's the platform? So in terms of the weapons, 2 nice chain guns, pop pop pop. Your primary weapons obviously are going to be these 2 epic rocket launchers. Oh, bit of lag there. kill those trees. Yep, easy treeing. That's interesting. I've hit that tree, haven't I? Oh no, I've missed it. There you go. Yeah, kill those trees. Those evil trees. I mean, I don't think this is going to have any problems taking out drones or other kind of small SVs. And even medium ones, I think this will be doing pretty good against them. In terms of its internal frame, you've got plenty of room for modifications. Let's just show you the undercarriage. So the undercarriage is pretty good. Kind of gives it that really solid landing feel. If you can just about see the landing gear, probably not. Let's power off, jump out, and throws me up in the air. You can't see it. So yeah, the landing gear is there, I promise. It's got 3 landing gear, 2 back, 1 front. You've also got these little rails that it balance on. Yeah, as well as the GAT, uses that as a forward post. So yeah, it's a pretty decent fighter. I will be doing some refinements on it. I'm not quite ready to put it onto the workshop. I don't know if I'm going to be using this in my Series 3 playthrough. It is very, well, it's meant to be multi-rolled, so that's why it's got all the expansive internal space. I mean, it's not really a dedicated fighter, not a space superiority fighter, that's for certain. You can only fit a certain number of weapons on it unless you start ripping out some of your components. Because of its sheer size, we've had to include so many engines to get the handling up, and yeah, that's limited us to what kind of weapons we can put on it. The other thing that's taken up a lot of CPU, let's just go off the ground actually, so you can actually see what I'm talking about. So the other thing that's taken us, taken us a lot of CPU is that GAT. The turreted GAT is very expensive for what it is. Obviously it's not doing the same kind of point damage as one of these chain guns, but you know, it's more likely to hit. If you leave it in the hands of the AI is going to be landing a lot more hits than you, unless you fly in really well. The only reason I put the GAT in there is because I just like the idea of having something you don't have to worry about that's going to be tagging an auto target as you're flying towards it. I mean, technically you've got 3 GATs on this ship, 3 chain guns, and then 2 rocket launchers. Regardless of what weapon you select, the GAT's going to be firing away by itself unless you've got a friend in the co-pilot seat. I can imagine this fighter coming in handy if you're doing sort of specific missions with a friend. Maybe doing like a bombing run where you fly in, you kind of blow up a couple of guns or turrets on a POI and then land nearby. Your friend jumps out the pilot seat, co-pilot seat, and you both go rushing in and sort of like raid a POI. That'll be where all of these extra little things like the O2 tank, the armor locker. Oh, there is a fridge in the cargo bay as well, just to mention that. So it does come equipped with quite a few things. You've got enough cargo storage on this thing to collect a bit of loot. So you know, it's multi-rolled, certainly multi-rolled. I don't think it's actually safe to sit in this seat, is it? No, it's not. Okay. What's generating all that heat? Is it the warp drive? Oh no, the warp. Oh, it's these engines there. Right, so that seat might have to go by the looks of things, because anyone sitting in there, unless they're in God mode, they're going to get cooked really quick. That's a shame. I can figure something out. But yeah, I'm fairly happy with it. Jesus, it's actually hot everywhere, isn't it? You're gonna be hot in there? No, you'll be fine out here. Yeah, that internal seat. Yeah, put a prisoner in there. Capture a Xerax or something and put him in the cooker's seat, and he'll be dead by the time you get him back to the base. You know, sure torture method. Well, it's either that or you shove him time to the engine exhaust just there. Either way, it has the same kind of desired effect. Bit sadistic, I know. But yeah, I'm fairly happy with the design. As I said, there's a few little areas of tweaking I think I can do. The handling is definitely one of them. Internal bait probably needs a bit of an adjustment as well. Kind of figure out what we're going to do with that. Probably a few other little bits and pieces as well. If I could actually get the CPU limit down, that'd be wonderful, because I want to give the players an option of potentially getting another item in there. As you can see, look, the minigun turret is just 1,100 on its own, and for just 340 more you can get 2 GATs. So yeah, it's quite an expensive installation, that one. Just looking at fuel tanks, they're quite expensive, about 150 each. So potentially we could save about 150 if we dropped a fuel tank. Could drop about 40 if we dropped a O2 tank. If we drop the GAT, you could potentially get no. Yeah, so yeah, you could get a couple of about 1,000, I reckon, back with a few adjustments. I mean, the medium engines, there's 24 in there, and they don't add up to much. What's actually adding most of the CPU limit is obviously the shields. Even the RCSs are not that particularly expensive, considering how many we got in there. So, you know, there is room for improvement. The blocks, again, we've got a couple of control surfaces on there, a couple of little winglets, just to kind of add a bit of surface area to it. Not sure if they actually help, but either way, it's a very flat bottom, so the surface area is quite large on this thing. So that's it, guys. That'll be it for this video. I will be reviewing someone else's design shortly, because I've actually downloaded 2 that I want to do. One of them is a recreation of the United States Space Shuttle, which is, I was really impressed by that one, to be fair. It's a very well detailed model, recreation, so I'll be doing a review of that one. I'm looking forward to that one. There is another one that I'm going to do. I've completely forgotten what it is. I think it's an SV of some kind, but I will be doing a review of that one as well. So for now, I'll let you go. I will do an update on this, and if it's a substantial one, what I'll do is I'll do another video and tell you what I've done. Otherwise, I'll just let you guys know once this is complete, and I'll stick it on the workshop for you guys. So for now, catch you in a bit, and see you in the next episode.